Hi guys, Angie Bell with My Fairy Treasures. Okay, you guys, back again. Look at my readers. Aren't those beautiful? Dollar Tree. Okay. You guys are like, okay, we're not here about your glasses. Okay, you guys, I'm still doing Jane Davenport's Arttober. It's called JD or Jane Davenport's Arttober. I'm on the last 2 days. And today is Eat, Drink, and Be Scary. So every day she has a prompt, so you have to draw and paint it. It is challenging as all hell. I thought Inktober was challenging, but this is even more challenging because you're drawing and you're painting or coloring your girl or your whatever you decide to do to represent that prompt. So, oh my God, I've done all 31 days because today I'm doing 30 and I'm doing 31 today so that I'm all done for tomorrow since tomorrow's Halloween and it ends tomorrow. So I just want to be done a day early. So today is Eat, Drink, and Be Scary. And tomorrow is just Happy Halloweener. So you can just do it, well, I guess, whatever Halloween type of thing you want to do. So for her, what I decided to do is, since today is, I don't know about the scary part. Well, yeah, I do. Eat, drink, and be scary. What I did is, I did a little wine glass here. And how we're going to paint that wine glass in is like this. Because one day she had something about parties and drinks or whatever. So I did a wine glass full of paintbrushes. I think this came out so pretty. I absolutely love it. Okay, so that's what the color of this wine glass is what we're going to do for this here. Okay. So that's the like the eat and drink thing, and the be scary in her hair. We're going to put things like boo and scary and witches, just all kinds of cool words that are like kind of like scary words. Okay, so that'll be written in the hair. Okay, and so what I did was, before we got started, because I always do this to get a little head start because these videos can get really long, I went ahead and gave a base to the wine glass. Okay, and I used this color right here in the Jane Davenport, and it's this color here, and it's called Dear Friend. Yeah, Dear Friend. It's gorgeous. And I made a really light mixture of it, and I painted it real lightly on the wine glass, leaving my white spots out, you know, because there needs to be some lighter, like some light areas, some highlights. So there's a highlight here, and there's a highlight in the middle, and a highlight there, okay? So we'll do some shading here. We'll do a little shading there. You'll see. Then the hair, I went ahead and base coated the hair, so that's all dry and done. And so we can get the hair in, and maybe we can get this whole picture done. The only thing I won't be doing with you guys is the background, and I always say go to Instagram, which I'll leave below, and you can go check out the whole thing, how it ends up with the background, okay? All right, so let's get started. I got to make sure, because last time, the second half of my video, I didn't come in as close as I wanted. I think you could still see, but I like to get up on the face when I'm doing things. Okay, we're going to do the hair first, so we're going to stay right here for the hair because it's long and you can see it from here. So, well, maybe we'll come in a tad bit, as much as we can. Oh, you can't come in very much because the hair's too long. Okay, so let's finish up the hair. I base coated the hair, like I said, with Jane's color, Dear Friend. It's that color there, which I just love it. Look how I'm almost hitting pan. Don't worry, I have 2 of these. My husband took care of that for me. All right, so I'm going to use a white gel pen. I'm going to use this pink glittery pen, and I'm also going to use this neon colored Prismacolor Scholar pencil, not Prismacolor Premiers. So the Scholars are their lower thing, but the Scholars have some cool colors in them. So, okay, so we're going to start off with this white gel pen. Make sure it's working. Okay, good. And we're going to start drawing in some nice white lines. We also may put in, water down some white paint. And I may throw some of that in here too. We'll see. We'll just see how this looks. I may not need to. This may be enough. You guys, I love this color pink. I'm using it like all the time. If you guys have been watching my videos, I kind of been using it too much, but oh well. I just decided, you know what, you like the colors you like. Not that you shouldn't keep, discovering new colors, because definitely keep discovering new colors, to add to your palette. But if you like a color, use the colors you like. Like, I'm not real fond of red, so you're not going to see me using red too much. Probably hardly ever. No shade for those who like red. If you like red, cool, use it. Your pictures will come out better because that's the colors that you like, so things are gonna work out really well for you if you use the colors you like. Okay. All right, there we go. Smeared that a little bit, but it don't matter. Okay, so now I'm going to use, so I've used the white pen, I've used this glitter pen, now I'm going to use this, and you know what, I do want some white, I can already tell, I want some white, white strands through this, so with paint. I like the thinner ones with the gel pen, but I want some white paint ones. So let me get the white paint out. Where the hell is it? Just a second. I don't know why I threw this way back here. I always usually leave my white out because I use it all the time. Okay. So I just took some white paint out like this. I'm going to spray a little water in there. Because when you're using, and then I'm going to use my liner brush. I love this liner brush. So, okay. So you don't want it like sopping wet, but you don't want it thick either. So it's kind of in the middle of sopping wet and regular. You'll know when you get there when you're using this brush. Okay, so and if you run out of paint, you guys, I'm going to be turning her all kinds of ways, so excuse me. Make sure I'm still in frame. Yeah. That's why else. And then when you run out of paint, go back over another line so it can't tell where you ran out at. And I like the look of the thick and thin lines because that's hair. Okay. And you guys, sorry if I get quiet sometimes. I'm focusing. But what's nice, if you do feel like you're messing up or whatever, even with acrylic paint, it does dry quick, so you gotta, if you're not liking what you're doing, you gotta realize it quickly, but you can just wipe it. I mean, like I said, wipe it pretty quick because, it's acrylic and it dries up quick, but if you catch it quick, you can just wipe it right off. And I think the key with using this liner brush and putting these strands in, start from the beginning of wherever you're going to start your strand at, and don't stop. If you do stop, because you run out of paint, just start from where you stopped. And just follow, I guess what I'm saying is follow the strand through. So if you run out of paint, just like again, just start from where you stopped and continue on with the strand. So nice and windy outside. I know that might sound crazy to some people that I'm actually saying how nice, but I live in Las Vegas. It was hot as hell. It just cooled off the last 3 or 4 weeks, so thank goodness. But so when fall comes and the weather gets cooler and there's wind, a lot of us like it because we don't have enough of it. But I have to say, in Vegas in winter or fall, it gets cold, you guys. It gets really cold. Like, it's total sweater weather. It's total, coats, even mittens. I've heard some people here talk about Vegas like it doesn't get cold. It gets cold as hell here. It can, like, I live in northern Las Vegas. Well, there's an area that's even a little more north of me, and it'll snow there. It snows there every year. Not the kind of snow that, like, piles up on the ground, but, it melts pretty quickly. But that's how cold it is. So people who say it doesn't get cold here, I don't know what the hell they're talking about. It gets cold here. It gets real cold. If you came here on vacation, you would be shocked. You'd be like, oh my goodness, I cannot believe how cold it is. I'm from Arizona, and the winters here are way colder than Arizona. But what's weird is in the summer we get just as hot as Arizona gets. So it gets way colder here, but it gets really, really hot here, though. It's weird. This place is weird. Okay, loving the hair. So we're going to go with that. Well, you know what? I think one more thing. Just a second. I got one more swirly do I want to do, I think. Right here. Yeah, that was it. And I want to do one more. One more swirly. I think if you guys, well, I think I'll do it anyway, but let me know if you'd like to see a video. I just did a bunch of sugar skulls for the season. And let me know if you want to see how I did the sugar skulls. I don't think I put any of those on video. And I love doing sugar skulls. I think sugar skulls are beautiful. I think the theme, not the theme, it's actually a holiday, a Mexican holiday, and I think it is beautiful. I think the women who dress to represent Day of the Dead, it's beautiful. I think the whole thing is beautiful. So, I can do one of my girls on camera. In fact, let me show you one of them. Let me just rinse out my brush. I take care of this liner brush because it's precious to me. I love a liner brush. Okay, let me see if I have a sugar skull right here. Especially the one I just did that I really like. Okay, like, see, I just did this girl. So, you guys like her. I drew the girl out. I did everything. And then the roses are decoupaged on. Everything else is drawn and painted and colored. So let me know if you guys want to see how I do a sugar skull girl, and I will do a video on that. I did a bunch more of them too, but that's just one of them. Okay, so I'm loving the hair. We're going to let that dry, and then when that's done, I'm probably going to throw a little bit of this pencil in there. Okay, until that's dry, let's go on to the face and the body. And let's get some of that done. And I'm sure this is going to be probably 2 to 3 parts on this. So if you get to, because what happens is my camera doesn't turn off. It just, after 30 minutes, it just starts it starts over again. And it starts a whole nother taping. So if it does that, just go to part 2. Part 2, part 3, part 4. I try to catch it, but I get involved in what I'm doing and I don't always catch it. And anyway. All right, so what I'm using, I should have said that before I started, but it's okay. Let me just do this part here. What I'm using is a thing called Incredible Ink by Jane Davenport. Most of the products I'm using are Jane Davenport's products. In fact, let me give a little spiel on that. You guys, she just came out a new line of mixed media art products, and you guys, they are the bomb. They're all made to look like cosmetics. Like, she has like palettes of pastels. You You guys, they're not like the crappy pastels. These pastels are like, they go on like cream. They are beautiful. And they look like makeup. I'll show them to you guys in just a second. Anyway, also, this is, right, the color I'm using right now is an ink. And that was in her old line, but I absolutely love it. I bought 2 extra bottles because this was on sale. This is her Incredible Inks. I got to move my camera close. I will in a second. This is Incredible Inks, and it's called Tencel. Absolutely love this for skin tone. You can go from light to dark skin tones depending on how many coats you put on. Let me move my camera close because I said I wanted to do that. There we go. Well, not that close because I also want to go, I'm going to go down to the neck. Let's see, we'll go right there. So this stuff is fabulous. The other thing is, let's see if I have enough room to show you guys. This right here, look at this. Doesn't it look like an eyeshadow palette? No, these are palette pastels, but these pastels are gorgeous. They are so creamy. They blend out like a dream. Here's another one. Now, you guys, what I did is I bought these when I could get 40% off one thing and 20% off my total purchase. So I got to use my 20% off, and then I got to use my 40% off one thing and 20% off total purchase. That's another one of them. Aren't these fabulous, you guys? And it looks like makeup. It's flippin' awesome. Like, these are called color sticks. Let me show you this one. This is called color sticks, and it comes in a thing like this. Look how fabulous that is. Come out like that. Isn't that so cool, you guys? So this is one of the color sticks. Look how it looks like a lipstick. And when you open it up, it's like a crayon. So cool, you guys. Her line, and the stuff is beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. I highly suggest you go check it out. It's all at Michael's. And the stuff, it's just gorgeous. And look up Jane Davenport. She has tons of videos on how to use everything, or how she uses things. So, all right, we're going to go right down to the neck. There's a part of the neck that you guys aren't going to see me put this on, so don't fret. I'll be back up there in a second. And the reason is I don't still want to have to switch my camera just for this bottom half, for the very tippy bottom. So when it comes to shading, we'll work the top half and then the bottom half so you guys can see the whole thing. But for right now, all right, now I'm coming back up to the face. Okay. So I'm putting a second coat on. This is what I was talking about. Remember I said if you put 2 or 3 coats, you get darker and darker and darker. So the first one's just a nice light skin tone. Now I am getting a darker skin tone, more of like a Latin skin tone. And then the next one I put on is like a woman of color when I put the third one on, which will be going for the third color. Not the third color, well, the third what do you call it? What I'm doing. Don't you hate that when you can't think of some simple word? Oh, I hate when I do that. Layer. There's the word. See? Simple word like that, and I can't think of it. Anyway, now we're going to go for the third layer. The third layer is going to really deepen it. And I've done it where I tried to just make the color darker. Okay, this is what I did. I forgot to tell you. The ink, I water it down. I water it down to like a tea looking color for if it's going to be a first coat. That's how much water I put in it. Because if you use it straight out of the bottle really dark, it gets really splotchy. Also, if you try to get this deep first time without layering it, again, splotchiness. I think it's because the paper needs the time to absorb the color. So that's why I do it in 3 layers. And I've been experimenting with this for a while, and this is the best way I've come up with it to do it. So let me show you with how light you want this color to be. When you mix it with water, okay, you want it to be like that color, okay? Let me do it again, like right here. You want it to be like that color. All right, hopefully you guys are seeing that. So that's about the color you're looking for. Okay, put that back down. All right, so we got 3 levels of color on here. So we have a nice deep skin tone. Okay, let me rinse my brush. I have to say, I'm really good about rinsing my brushes. I do not know why. I just am so afraid of ruining a brush. I think that's why. I always hear people say that they're not good at rinsing their brushes, and it makes me nervous. I'm like, I don't want to ruin a brush. Okay, so we got, oh, and I keep them in these little containers, my inks, when I put them, so that I can just put a cap back on them. I get them at Dollar Tree. You get 6 of them in a pack. Okay, next, let's blow dry that. Okay, you know what I want to do is, okay, I'm going to come in closer now on the face, because now we're just going to work on the face. I do want to throw her eyes in so that we have something to look at, and then it can dry. I love doing one purple eye and one green eye, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use Jane Davenport's colors again, this palette here. And I'm going to use this Jiminy Cricket, which is my favorite. I love this green Jiminy Cricket, and Mystic, this really nice, pretty purple. Love me some Jiminy Cricket. Oh, just love it. So we're going to do the purple eye first. People have been complimenting me a lot on how I do eyes. So, and I think the magic of it is I had learned it from somebody a long time ago. I can't remember who I learned it from. But using watercolor as the base of the eye, because it makes it look like, it makes it look watery, you know, which is what, you know, an eyeball looks. I mean, it's not like it's crying, but an eyeball, it's wet. It's always wet. So I think that's what the watercolor does. It gives it that really wet color, wet look. Hard for me to explain, but I think you guys get what I'm saying. All right, so let's do the Jiminy Cricket here. Okay, that was a little bit too much paint. Let's back some of that off. There we go. Very pretty. Okay, so now I love working with the eye color. For one, the watercolor can dry while we're doing other things. We are going to shade the eyes here in a short minute after we do some shading. Okay, so I've decided I'm loving this hair. I'm not going to be putting no words through here. For the scary part, we may not have a scary part. I may write some scary stuff on the body, but maybe we won't do any of that at all. So we'll see. We got our little celebration party right here. Party in the wine glass. Okay. I almost dropped my stuff. Okay, I'm going to use this palette here. And it's called Birthday Suit. It's my favorite palette. Let me put it down. It's this one right here. I'm kind of close, you guys, so I'm going to... Okay. And I'm going to use this color to do my shading. Those these two colors right there, here and there, to do my shading, okay? Okay, and I like to use eyeshadow brushes. Jane Davenport has some eyeshadow brushes, and what I like about hers, the little stems or handles are really long. So I'm probably going to buy hers. I just haven't been back to Michael's lately, but I'm gonna buy hers because I think I would like that long stem. At least I think I will. We'll see, but I think I like that. I was buying so much of her stuff that I was just being a little bit cheap and didn't pick up the eyeshadow brushes. But I shouldn't say I was being cheap. I mean, I'm buying her products, and her products aren't cheap, so even when I was doing them on sale, it still ain't cheap. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is I want to use this dark brown color, this one right here, and go really, really close to the line, the original line. Let me put some glasses on. Okay, turn my work, make sure I'm in frame. Okay. And you guys, what I love about these pastels is they're like silk, like I said. They blend out beautifully. They blend out beautifully. They go on beautifully. I mean, they're insane. I absolutely love them. You know, I'm going to come right under the eye, brush some eyeliner with this color too. And we're not going very far out because I'm going to be putting another shading color very close to that. And all of this will be blended out. So if any of you guys think, oh, that's dark, don't worry. And now I feel a little confidence using these colors because I've been using these colors. If I'm going to do a video, let me tell you, I've used it before. Not that it cannot, like, not work out, because anything could just not work out. But at least I experimented with the colors, and I know that they have worked out in the past, so. Okay. Make sure I'm in frame still, which I'm not. Sorry. Okay. All right, so now I have that color in. Now I'm going to go over basically that color with this color right here. Oh, geez. Just hit my camera. Damn it. Sorry about that, you guys. There we go. So I'm basically almost going to go over what I just did. Almost. Also, I'm going to carve in some, just a little bit right here. Carve in a little bit of shape in the face. So what I'm doing right here is I'm leaving a place for blush and for cheeks. It looks crazy. Don't worry. We're going to blend it out. Let me turn this around. Let me come out just a little bit because I need to be able to, there we go. I need to be able to turn my work and stay in frame. Okay, I'm going to use pencil there. I don't want to actually use what I just used. Because it, just a second. How far down I came here. I don't want to do that. Oh, this is, well, I'm glad I did that. I'm glad I made that little mistake. If you don't like something as with these pastels, you can just use your eraser and erase it. That is like a beautiful thing. Okay. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to take a brush that hardly has any product on, if any product at all, like a brush with nothing on it, and we're going to start going over everything and blending it out. Okay? Oh, one other thing I want to do. Let's put a little shading on the nose area here. A little heavier shading than that. Cool. That looks good. Okay, now I'm going to take my brush or my blender that has no product on it, and let me turn this around, and we're going to start blending. I go over it like this, and then there's a little product on there, right? Because it wiped off a little bit, and then I use that to blend it out. Sorry, you guys, if my head's getting in the way at all. I'm trying to look at my work. It's weird when you're doing a video because you're confined by the space of the camera, so you have to kind of go with it. See how nice and blended that is? Very nice. See how that blends out? You wouldn't think it would blend out so pretty, but it does. Okay, so now I'm going to blend this out here, come out, and bam, and blend all this. Trying to keep my head out of the way.